hard to find.
Yeah, I don't know if I
but
ever
this
have.
one is so special. This Tiochi Ito was who bred this.
Okay.
Took him over 20 years. Took him over 20,000 attempts.
Really?
Okay? Now all his suffering and going at this thing, poor guy, he finally got it right, and it's to our benefit. Because let me tell you what we get. We get the cross between a garden peony, a Chinese peony, and a Tibetan peony. He crossed them all together. The garden peonies produce all the flowers.
Okay.
But the problem with the garden peonies are, first of all, their flowers aren't all that big, but they have skinny stems that flop in the rain.
They sure do.
Okay, the tree peonies, huge flowers, 7 to 8 foot across, inches across, strong stems. That's what you're getting here. You're getting the best of both worlds.
Oh.
All the flowers from the garden peony, but they're on strong stems that stand up. You get 50 to 60 flowers after this thing is mature, like 3 to 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
Per plant.
Wow, that really is fantastic, because you know what happens typically every time I've grown peonies, they are so beautiful, and just when they get perfect, there's a late spring rain
And they
all
flop
they
over
go,
in the ground,
yeah.
right? You're like, man, I should have cut those, put them in a
Yeah.
vase. Not these. These were stand up, they stand up proud like this. I didn't even tell you, they're fragrant. They're all very fragrant. You love the fragrant peonies. Well, this he did it all for us.
Wow.
You know, poor guy worked so hard, but we get the benefits. When these came out, when I first came to QVC, it was late 90s. You could buy a root from him, and it had a comma in the price.
Really?
Yes. They were over $1,000 for one.
For one?
Yes, and it wasn't even this big. If you find these anywhere, you're lucky enough to find them. This is what most of the people are selling.
People were, because they were so rare, they were over $1,000 a
yes,
piece?
and that was in late 1990s. And that's why it's new this year. Because it took us, you know, I'm not bringing something crazy like that. We're gonna wait till the price comes down.
Can you imagine if we said to you,
Yeah,
we have
1,000.
these new peonies, they're really special, they're $1,000 a piece.
Now,
This is
a
so
monster.
$38.
Is this a monster root? Is that how it's gonna come? This is what you're gonna get. Now see these eyes? Let me see, I get the camera. There's 1, I see 2, there's 3, 4. Each one of these is gonna be a flower spike. So the first season, you're gonna get flowers from this big guy.
So wait, how do we plant this stuff?
Just like this.
Oh, okay.
And it comes with your instructions and guarantee, but you only bury it an inch or 2.
Okay.
Okay, don't bury it too deep. That's all you have to do. Now, like a tree peony, it comes up with its wood, and you have a tree all year round. This dies back down to the ground like your herbaceous peonies, but it grows the wood every year. And your flowers are nice and strong and sturdy. They're fragrant. You can cut them, put them in a vase, bring them inside, and they smell wonderful.
Oh my gosh, they do. They actually smell a little different than peonies. They're beautiful.
Yes, they are a little different because it's a cross of 3 different peonies.
That's beautiful. It's like a peony with like a touch of spice almost.
Uh-huh.
That's beautiful.
Big lemony flowers.
Wow.
6 to 9-inch flowers. Now, your garden peonies, if you know anything about those, they get one stem and they have a flower on top, but they also send secondary flowers off.
Okay.
You know that?
Yeah.
Okay. Your tree peonies don't do that. So that's why you only get a few flowers on tree peonies.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Send off the secondary flowers. By the 3rd to 5th year, you can get up to 50 to 60 flowers from one of your peony bushes.
Wow. Okay, so when are we going to start to see the flowers?
You're going to see them this year. You're going to get a few.
Okay.
Okay. They come up normally in May, and they're May. Normal peonies bloom for 2 to 3 weeks. Your Itos are going to bloom for 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh
May
my gosh!
into
Wait.
June.
You know what? Wait.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Thanks, Court. Yeah.
Yeah. So what were you going to say in the South? What happens?
Well, in the South, you can't grow garden peonies because they need a freeze. But Mr. Ito made sure that these will grow without a freeze.
Okay, so I got to tell
Poor guy,
you,
he did all the work for us.
everything you told me sounded great, but what took it over the top for me is that I could have 4 to 6 weeks of peonies.
Yes.
So when everyone else's peonies are done, I still could have like another month of peonies.
Well,
they're showstoppers.
Yeah, they are. And you should plant this in the front. In the front yard where your friends are going to come by every day. They come into the house. They're going to, wow.
Well, you know,
this
it's gonna be
is
fun.
going to be your prized possession.
When first of all, your peonies are going to look pretty, or they're going to be yellow. No one else on your block's going to have a yellow peony. And then when they get their peonies, even if they're pretty, they can say goodbye to them in like 14
flop in
days.
the rain.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, or if the rain hits them, whatever hits them first, about 2 weeks of rain. And then yours are going to keep going for maybe even another month after theirs are gone.
Yeah, 4 to 6 weeks. First your tree peonies bloom, and then the Itos, and then your regular peonies. But these will go right into it. They bloom so long.
Wow. Okay, so, and you were mentioning that they grow great in the South. They grow pretty much great
Anywhere,
everywhere, right?
yes.
Anywhere. Show
Sure.
us about this map. What does this mean?
Well, just rest assured, we're not going to send you your plants until it's ready to put them in